Revolving around the 1619 project. Glad to have you with us tonight at 6 o'clock, everybody. I'm Bob Clausen.
And I'm Laura Monteverdi. We're taking a deeper look at that discussion tonight. KRK4's Jay Burr sat in on Legislative Black Caucus meeting today as they spoke with State Representative Mark Lowry on his bill to ban its teaching. And Jay, this had a chance to be an explosive discussion.
It did have that chance there. As you guys mentioned, State Representative Mark Lowry filing that bill to ban the teaching of the 1619 project, which sort of in its essence is a historical narrative on slavery in the U.S. Now, many African-American members of the legislature had some concerns on what kind of precedent banning this would actually set. So today, two sides met up together to have an open and civil discussion on the matter. Chairman of the Legislative Black Caucus, State Representative Monty Hodges, invited Representative Mark Lowry to gain his insight behind House Bill 1231 that bans the teaching of the 1619 project.
See what he could have brought out that maybe we were overlooking when it comes to his legislation.
Lowry's bill has stirred up mixed reactions. There have been protests against the bill, and there are many who support his bill. He says the 1619 project is made to label modern students as an oppressor class.
Because of her historical perspective of 1619, that all of America, everything in America, the fabric of America is based on slavery and white oppression.
Lowry says beyond some of the inaccuracies of the 1619 project, this is about labeling students.
We protect students from being identified individually on like their test grades. We may say that African American students scored such on a test, but we don't point to an individual student.
Members of the Black Caucus believe the 1619 project can be used as a tool to teach that period of history as long as things are given context.
Imperfect in and of itself, but you still can't carve out that part of history and act like it never existed.
Lowry says much of the hype surrounding this bill and HB 1211 is unfounded and said Arkansas should teach about things like the Central High crisis and the Elaine race riots.
I really wanted to allay fears that I am not trying to ban in any way the teaching of black history or the contributions of African Americans to Arkansas, to the United States.
And now both sides say they came away from that discussion and knowing that they probably didn't change either mind of the argument here. State Representative Mark Lowry has not yet presented this bill in the House Education Committee yet. He's actually waiting on a financial impact statement from the legislative research because there are some financial penalties in his bill for schools that do teach this. He does say, though, he's potentially looking at an opt-in option for students who do want to use that as a reference, but we will definitely keep track of this bill as it makes its way through the legislature. But for now, live from the state capitol, Jay Burr, KRK4 News.